Hello, I'm Adrian Florian. I'm a senior architect at ACI Worldwide. And today I'm going to talk briefly about using NATS for a banking domain application for card payments. This will show an example of NATS usage for a mission-critical payment system, specifically for the retail payments domain. This domain is known for very strict NFRs, like low latency, high availability, and high volume. As a bit of background, I'll talk about base24 EPS. This is a card payments switch and authorization engine that can also do non-card transactions. The profile of the application is based on high volume, which currently sits around 2000 TPS, very low latency. We have a maximum of 200 milliseconds latency per transaction. That includes messaging subsystem, database access, and hardware security devices. It's fault tolerant and highly available with near zero RTO, RPO, horizontally scalable. And it is a C++ application that's currently deployed as a modular monolith. And in the works, we have containerized deployments. It's based generally on asynchronous service invocations, and we have a few synchronous use cases. In 2022, as part of a modernization effort, I ran a series of messaging systems POCs, and NATS was part of that, and we had the positive results from those POCs. As a follow-up in 2024 and this year, we're going to adopt NATS for several ACI products. It's mainly used as an internal messaging system for base24 EPS for cards, which means on the path to and from our external facing router, i6s, and among our internal services. All usage is based on base24 EPS symbolic destination that's mapped to NATS constructs like subjects, streams, and consumers. We use this for ISO payment messages coming from external sources like networks, ATMs, POS, and so on. It's used for internal service calls, for command messages within our processes, and those are based on subject filtering. We use NATS for alerts or event logging messages. We also use the KV store to maintain application context. We use our own congestion control algorithm called network overload management, and this is leveraging some stream characteristics like non-pending and max messages. From here, we derived a configurable application selective message rejection algorithm, and we use a predefined subject hierarchy. Some observations from implementing NATS with base24 EPS. We observed low latency on the pub/sub path and request reply. Simplicity is a major advantage. We know that NATS is very easy to install and operate, and we confirmed it this time. But this shows a very good opportunity to reduce the TCO. We like the very good C API. NATS fits in our distributed horizontally scalable model, being so easy to deploy clusters, and it has excellent support for memory and persistent streams via JetStream. We plan to start offering this as the main messaging option for public-private cloud deployments, basically any Kubernetes-based ecosystem as a first phase. This last diagram here shows a basic message flow from an external acquirer endpoint interacting with NATS. This central piece here is NATS infrastructure. To the right, we have the card switch application. We show the use of subject-based messaging, streams, and the KV store. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so first off, we had a question on some of your benchmarking. So they said you did some benchmarking before choosing NATS. What other systems did you evaluate, and what were the high-level takeaways from that POC that you were doing?
Let's say I benchmarked some of the traditional alternatives to NATS without giving names necessarily in the meeting here. But obviously, one thing that stands out with NATS, and everybody said it, it's the simplicity. We at ACI, we love simple, scalable, resilient things. when we saw one binary that can do it all. Yep, that's the one. In terms of the benchmark itself, at that time, which was like a couple of years ago, I designed like a prototyping workflow for type of payments and ran the same prototype against a few messaging solutions. The main proving points were, for us, was low latency, one of the main considerations. The fact that it's distributed, and especially for card payments, the KV. Recently, when we got to work more with the KV store, it's one of the main items that is not so easy to achieve with other messaging systems, and it's a great plus with NATS.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we're curious to hear when we've heard with the NATS 2.11 release coming up and also some of the Orbit client extensions, what parts of the new server update or other upcoming features are you most excited about for your systems?
Yeah, probably the features related to TTL of messages. And I think there is something related to selective delete tags or something like that. Those are the ones I'm looking forward the most. I just briefly scanned through the features. But yeah, we are trying to move along and move into load and stress testing with NATS and looking forward.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are looking forward to how much that will help with the management of KVs in particular and cleaning things up.
KVs are awesome. The fact that it's distributed and so simple, hard to beat.
Yes, absolutely. Any final thoughts or anything else you wanted to share?
Just that for us, it aligns very well with our philosophy, with a modernized payment solution, speed, performance, simplicity, horizontally scalable. That's what we need.
Yeah, that's some common refrains for sure. And I think the simplicity, particularly with just how much that smooths out the architectural needs and the operational costs, especially on core NATs. It's just very simple and straightforward to get it going. Well, thank you so much, Adrian, for joining us today. We really
Thanks a lot.
appreciate that.